stays on.
One thing that Will certainly wants to change.
Berhalter curling that in nicely for Eddie Campo down the right side. Thought about a cross. Inside this time and on the left foot. All the way through to Muller. Setting up the goal! Jack Savely cashes in early for the Whitecaps.
What a goal. Absolutely beautiful in terms of switching the play. And how about the composure from Thomas Muller? Bruno Caicedo, a bit of a surprise, but what a way to repay the coach. It's just switch of play from Eddie Campo. Wide open is Muller.
Kubas in a little bit of trouble, gets out of the forest, finds Tate Johnson. Ahead for the Paraguayan. Sees some daylight for Brian White. White, could he chip the keeper? He'll try to curl it. He'll be successful. Brian White makes it 2-0 for the Whitecaps.
Very aggressive, as always, from the Colorado goalkeeper. But look at the pass from Kubas into the space. White picks up his head.
Navajo to Hamzat. Long diagonal ball into the corner. In stride. Manungu! Sealy is there. Still free in the 6. Muscled in by Navajo. Hoffa Navajo strikes again. His 7th of the season, matching Brian White. And we've got ourselves a match here at 2-1.
And again, set up from Hamzat. Another terrific ball out to the flank. And the coach saying that he wants the players to have the courage to be able to do that. But this is a good ball finally from Manungu, who's able to get loose there.
Return pass, sliding tackle by Laborda. Successful. Berhalter has to be quick. Wants to get it to the quick Caicedo. How about that pass? Caicedo's going to turn the corner. Caicedo back for White! There it is! The Whitecaps get their 3rd. It's a brace for Brian White, and it's 3-0, 3-1 Vancouver.
With the speed, pinpoint from Sebastian Berhalter. Egan Rosenberry can only watch as Caicedo drives by and cleverly.
Morris with a key intervention there. Morris was rushing in. Reagan will blast it the other way. Morris giving chase. This is going to stay in play. Morris slides it across. Jesus Ferreira! He declines to celebrate against his boyhood club, but you know that goal means so much to Jesus Ferreira. Seattle against the run of play, lead 1-0.
A little deflection on the finish, but he's got to put the shot on target. Watch as he takes a really good first touch out of his feet.
Seattle can recycle it again, move the ball around, and try to make FC Dallas run. They've really taken control of this game. Good pass between the lines. Here we go.
Jordan Morris is through. Jordan Morris! Guess who's back?
Out in front of him that draws the goalkeeper out. Watch as he makes this run and takes his first touch forward. It draws the goalkeeper out.
All he can do is watch from midfield now as his team. Chance to get this game within 1. Santi Moreno, line drive. Not in! Nolan Norris, what a header! FC Dallas right back in it, 2-1.
The near post. Hassani Dotson's holding him the whole time, but it's just a beautiful flick all the way to the far post. Look at how Nolan Norris...
So many bodies in front of him. It will be Marco Reus. Oh! Brilliant! What quality from Marco Reus. Up and over from so close. Free kick is about 19, 20 yards out to get it up over the wall, but with enough pace that leaves the goalkeeper standing. 3-time Bundesliga Player of the Year, Marco Reus, puts the top bins in a great start for LA with only 1 win in their 4 games at home.
Luna to Hazarkani, a step over and around Glesnes. He's pulled off still. Hazarkani across, goes post and in! Just before halftime, RSL have equalized. off the post, off the back of JT Marcinkowski, and in. And it's 1-1 in LA.
Let the kids play. Connie blown right by two-time best 11 defender Jacob Glesnes, and then delivering a ball to the back post to their unsung hero.
He was 19 of 24 for Borussia Dortmund. He's an experienced penalty kick taker. Alfredo Cabral, Zam 12 yards away. Royce has a brace! LA has the lead!
But then Royce steps up in the first half with a brilliant free kick, and then completely against the run of play. As good of a penalty as you see.
It's a crowded penalty area early on in this second half. Tristan Mayumba or Moranchuk. It'll be Moranchuk, and it's brilliant! Alexei Moranchuk!
Haven't created enough of set pieces. It's been that chance creation. That's where I think they've really missed Mihailovic and Cifuentes, where there hasn't been that third man to add to them and give them the service they need.
Here's Sanchez now coming forward. Pico, the layup, Mayumba! 2-0 Atlanta United! Tristan Mayumba doubling the visitors' advantage.
It's so well worked here. Just to lay this off first time from Fafa Pico. It's really good from Cooper Sanchez, just driving right at the heart, and then the little layup.
Look at Latte Lot battling with Monlouis. Stefanovic across to win it back. Now Franklin. TFC in the mood. Franklin across, headed forward. They are right back in this again. A brilliant header on the cross. Emilio Aristizabal, his first in Toronto FC red.
And storm their way back, and it almost feels like something has to go wrong for them to wake up. And how about this from a ball from Kobe?
Bugai, high lofted cross back post. Jaime couldn't get there, Tavon Gray does well. But it's Petrasso saving it for Montreal. Drops Longstaff. Longstaff, another delivery of Wusu! The goal-scoring king for CS Montreal finds the back of the net again. 1-0.
It's going to be, and I love that determination, that strength and ability to just get there first.
The two teams that don't necessarily look at that as their first stat at the end of a game. Martinez. Oh, nice little touch. Martinez in behind. Could go for goal and scores. Martinez absolutely rifled it home.
That first touch to go beyond the defender. Watch how he uses his body to get inside the body there of Bungie.
So now 2 more months to get the winger back. The irony and the quality that they've gotten on the right-hand flank, and they need help up high.
It's Arston inside the penalty area. Arston puts it past the keeper and in.
With the outside of his left boot, and watch him drag this thing in front of him. Quality. Touch back across to give him a better angle. Moves Andre Blake.
Rossi. Mongarat shooting it forward. It's Arston against Ndinga. Gets it across. Oh, it bangs all over the place and into the back of the net. It ricocheted off Harriel and Blake, and it's 2-0 Columbus.
Down. But his quick peek over the shoulder at the tail end of this to be able to drag it through after Habrun had pulled up out of his run.
DC trying to create a numerical advantage with Kurakawa coming inside. Hopkins lets a shot go. Oh, Jackson Hopkins! What a star turn! They needed a goal scorer to step up, and it's the local guy putting DC in front.
gets made here in the nation's capital. Jackson Hopkins is a player that I told you will be very important in this match. Why? He's a baller. Why? Because he does it.
Ivan Angulo. Broke a couple ankles. Gets a step. Dangerous delivery. Dorsey's header is knocked in by Justin Ellis. From MLS Next to MLS Now, he ties the score for Orlando City.
Get a second look at this goal. This is the trickery here from Ivan Angulo. Does an excellent job to get down toward the end line. The reason why it's so...
Anything that you've seen different from Orlando in this second half that's helped them, besides the goal, get back in control, not in control, but on the front foot? As Spicer takes aim. Oh, Tyrese Spicer out of nothing with an absolute laser to put Orlando in front.
Oh my goodness, check this out right here. All you need to look at is the bottom half of your screen, because this is going into the back of the net. Absolutely nothing that Sean Johnson can do about this. Trinidad and Tobago's got a lot of spice. I tried to tell you, Tyrese Spicer is showing exactly why he needs to come into this game, because he has changed it, flipped it on its head, and given Orlando City the lead, and he's calm about it. He says, oh yeah.
Jared Stroud would have been up for that had DC found the back of the net a few minutes ago. Chance from distance here, deflected. There's the tying goal. Late drama once again in DC, and it's Montano.
Is there deflection? Yes, it doesn't matter. He doesn't care. He's going into the score sheet, gets his first goal on the season.
DC corner. Bouncing around, Kairos heads it home. More drama in DC. Until this big moment.
Good service to the back post here. Keep it alive and then be the first to react. How many times do you have to stay inside of your man on these plays when you work on it in training?
Two wonderful strikes for him against DC United. He now has 3 and 3.
There was a difference with the midweek.
This is Buka. Turns inside. You've got to be careful. There's the cross and there's Denke to finish.
He makes up the decision for Buka, who is tonight doing a job, and Pat Noonan said he'll get out there and he'll do the job for us, and he gives even more.
For almost 5 years, he's up against Kevin Denke. We're right on half-time. Denke into the corner. Cincinnati into a 2-goal lead. That was struck crisply, perfectly placed.
And come out, and then Denke, who's been given the ball this time around instead of having it taken away from Evander.
Turgeman scored a goal against Inter Miami last year at Chase Stadium. Falcon, sliding it here. New England in front. Pick in the pocket. Carlos Heel unannounced. The Revs are 1-0 up in the 56th.
Pick this ball up instead. Watch Falcon with Turgeman. Arms wrapped up, ball skips through, he's hunting. And tasked with attacking that service from Rodrigo de Paul.
Messi. Again, the defensive effort from Yusuf and Reigns. Exceptional back in front, all the way through. It's Benjamin! The assist from Suarez. You could see it coming.
The run, superb. That ball from Rodrigo de Paul, first time pivot and hit from Luis Suarez. The only question is going to be Bertarami when that ball struck. Is he in an onside?
If you watch the track record through the years, but he says we're talking about nothing except the next game. Still very early on, 10th of the season for the Quakes. A turnover, Werner Fernandez, Judd!
On the wrong side of the ball for St. Louis City. Well done by Fernandez to pick up his head, but look at the one-time finish by Preston Judd right on the edge of the 6.
Edelman. Cordova. Durkin flies around. Hartzell to Cordova! 28-year-old in on loan. He was a late ad because João Klaus was sold to the Galaxy. Turnover here. Hartel! Marcel, the maestro, is taking over for the Lou. 2-1.
Rewarded for the relentless nature. Too lackadaisical there. Trying to build out of a triangle in the back on the right-hand side.
Just past the midpoint of the second half. San Jose wanting to get back on even terms. Werner!
Tough challenge, a reckless challenge by Valum, who's been so good tonight. No hesitation. Roman Burki goes the right direction. Marcel Hartel.
Buda for Werner! Holy schnitzel! The Quakes lead! Timo Werner!
Time and be available. And Useni Buda right here. He takes 2 long touches out in front. You see the tracking. It's trying to get there. And a perfectly placed ball and a clinical finish on the back post. Werner doesn't arrive too early. He knows what he needs to do.
With the Dane Eric Sviatchenko tonight. He's opened some eyes, and he's earned a 3rd MLS start tonight, Resh, and I stress earn based on our conversation with Ben Olsen. Here's Ramirez to work this across. Laid off by Azuni. Now Nelson. Jaden Nelson going for goal! Off the post and in! The Canadian World Cup hopeful opens the scoring. Austin FC with the big start tonight. They lead 1-0.
Got absolutely no chance, but I love the interchange because they switched the play from right to left, and because of that, Houston end up lopsided. That gives the time and space for Nelson to just have to be mindful, because if it's hit with power through there, it can be difficult, but the goalkeeper needs to be able to see.
They lean and the shot takes a deflection and it's in! The fortunate bounce. Uzuni and Austin to make it a 2-0 game.
Having to do its job. Wall doesn't necessarily do its job in this situation. You're facing it.
Madrigal. Wide here. Justin. Entered back. To open the scoring.
Come to life. I mean, look at this ball, one time in, just behind the back line, and Hani Mukhtar's not going to miss from there. Just a quick head up.
All the space opening up inside here for Kasim. Wide for Espinosa. Flag stays down for now. Numbers in the box. The shot in the corner, and this time it is Ahmed Kasim.
And then continues that play, comes to his preferred left foot, just able to cut back, and once he sees the back post, and look how relaxed he is when he strikes this. He sees exactly where he wants. Can you put in a quality ball to give your team an opportunity?
Andrew Privet hanging at the back post. Excellent ball, and it is 2-1.
The sliding header from Morrison. It's his 2nd straight game finding the back of the net for the young center defender.
2-1. You said it, Heath. They needed it right here.
Yeah, it's a huge opportunity, and Morrison's not going to let that go. Nashville caught sleeping on the back post.
Into the space. Surridge on the receiving end.
And finishes for the number 9.
It starts with a clever footwork from Andy Nahar. It's a dummy from Hani Mukhtar. And look at the way Surridge opens up his stride, just trying to find a rhythm of the pace of the ball with his feet. Head up, head down, knows exactly what he would be some gaps for Charlotte to execute on.
Biel spinning and playing forward for Vargas. Schnegg to leave it there for the Colombian.
Biel on his right foot, going for the corner. Oh my! Que golazo! Jerseys of Nashville just gave Biel that wide open lane.
Yeah, we talked about the spacing. The gaps are getting a little bit bigger, but look at Biel just drive into his right foot, head down, top bends. A perfect strike. And there's no pressure on the ball. If there's something you could discredit Yazbek with, it's not stepping out in a moment like this with a player with the quality that Biel has.
Fifth corner on the night. Espinosa, part of the area, backside, and it's out in front. Surge hit for number 2.
He's just recognizing when this ball's going to come across from Hani Mukhtar, and he's just redirecting it, just literally waiting for that ball to come across his body. And it's a shot from Hani
for their fourth PK of 2026. Kuipers denied by Polskep. Second bite of the apple, squirms across the line, and Chicago muscle it in for their first.
It comes down to moments. The timing of Haile Selassie and Zinkernagel getting in forces this.
Light. First touch there from Finnish international, signing of free. For 7 years in Minnesota. This is Zinkernagel. Threads it through, lovely play. Opens up, fired in, and in! Chicago with their second!
Causes the defender to not track him. When he's not tracked, then he shows the composure to take it with his right foot. Way too much time getting it on his front foot that leads him into the stride of Jake Davis would allow him to go a little bit higher and not have to recycle play for Sporting Kansas City. Those little moments allow Chicago Fire to get back.
What a ball that is, played over. Zinkernagel, he's in, across, Kuipers!
Wonderful, incisive running, incisive passing from Zinkernagel to get in behind. He takes one quick look, not being tracked in the middle of the field.
Just a moment of promise just gets brewing, but once again just disseminates in that final third. Back the other way, Gutman on for Haile Selassie. Haile Selassie!
Wonderful goal. Andrew Gutman sees that there's a seam behind the back line. Bartlow is not tracking or getting a body on.
Whipped across, far post, bounces across. Chicago, a 5-star!
Set-piece organization, the initial battle won by Jack Elliott. Hugo Kuipers is framing the far.
This is so rare here that there's not a roof over this thing. The thought is it's not really necessary in the place where the weather is perfect. Oh, Kelsey takes it away. Kelsey cutting inside. Kelsey scoring! Oh, the Portland Timbers have been waiting for that moment from that man. Kevin Kelsey on the road against the run of play.
From Kelsey, and then immediately reacting and being selfish. But if Pantemis waits him for it, he may read this.
Dreyer scores! All that pressure finally pays off for San Diego.
Well, the penalties we have seen Dreyer take, he loves to come across his body. I think a ball whipped in with a little bit more pace may cause an issue.
Velda will drive this one into the near post.
Oh my goodness.
Before he missed it, Kelsey swings and misses. Not clear, Bonatag! In stoppage time, Alex Bonatag scores his first MLS goal, and Portland are 3 minutes away from a big win on the road.
Duke is is slow coming off his line. Watch the near post. Duke's going to come off his line. He's in an onside position. Bonatic